Hey all, welcome back to Neon's Movie Reviews. I'm Neon, this is my buddy Nate.
What's up?
And today we are talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episodes 3 and 4. Yes. Before we dive into this though, just want to remind you, if you enjoy this video, please give this video a like, really helps out the channel, and make sure you're subscribed, that way you get notified of all the new videos, and if you actually want to get notifications, hit the little bell. Got a lot to talk about with these two episodes. Just fucking shit.
They're both great episodes.
Yes. Diving right into 3 because I want to talk about 4, but there's really good stuff in 3. Three is the Zemo episode.
Zemo.
Like, Zemo's fucking great. And, like, you get that awesome opening with him breaking out of prison.
The weakest point in any system isn't the software, the hardware, it's the mind.
And with Bucky's slight assistance, and I love how Bucky's explaining it to Falcon and everything, and then he just walks right in.
Whoa, whoa! Hey, what are you doing?
And he's just so fun.
Technically, he broke himself out of prison.
Right. But he's so fun. It's nice seeing Zemo not in revenge mode. Just,
right.
Yeah, getting little glimpses of just Zemo being Zemo. Like, I like him with his,
his butler.
His little butler, like,
Smell the food first. If it smells off, give it to them.
Yes.
And the butler's like, it's so nice to have you back.
Like, that was great. I liked him grabbing his bag and, like, his collection of cars and
And the mask.
Yeah, and I like that he, like, looked at the mask for a moment and was just like, yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need that. And
I'm gonna be in that mode, I think.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we're going to, because he's Baron Zemo, I wonder if we're going to get Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if that's going to be canon, you know. And maybe that's where the mask comes from. That's how we're going to get the sword-wielding Zemo at some point. Really, really good stuff.
I love the breakout sequence, like you were talking about.
Very Ocean's 11-ish.
Madripoor was very colorful.
Madripoor was beautiful.
Well, at least the uptown. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Hightown.
Very Blade Runner-y. Is that the same place that the... Oh wait, no, I think that was Japan. But it reminded me a lot of where the Ronin sequence in Endgame.
Yeah. But I agree. I think that was Japan.
Yeah.
But it has that feel to it. Like you said, I liked Sharon.
Drop it, Zemo.
Showing up.
Sharon was good. I have some thoughts about Sharon. I know you kind of feel they're going the complete opposite way of the comics, but there's just like I feel like we're going to get the mind-controlled villainous Sharon Carter that we got in the Death of Captain America's storyline, or some variation of that. And I don't believe she's going to be the main villain. I think she's just a pawn to the power broker. And kind of continuing the solo connections in this series. I see her as the Emilia Clarke character in
to
Solo.
Ray Park.
To Ray Park's Darth Maul, and that's who the big cameo is going to, big reveal at the end of the series is going to be, and it's just like
the power broker,
right? But
and didn't you say some people were throwing around the idea of Fisk?
Yeah, some people thought Fisk was going to be the power broker, and I'm just kind of like, because I think there was some mentions that it's going to be an award-winning actor. And it's a big character that's coming in, and it's just kind of like,
watch the award they're talking about. It's a Nickelodeon award.
Well, one guy I listened to, he was talking about it, and he was just like, yeah, they don't mention what the award is. Like, it could be a Razzie, like, could be Adam Sandler as the power broker, like, for all of his Razzie awards, like.
Wow, that would be great.
We said award-winning. We didn't say the type.
Right.
Like, didn't technically lie.
It was an AVN award winner.
Mm-hmm. Or we're gonna get an Anthony Mackie clone at the end. And I could very well see that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but the other
big
big Marvel character that we know would be coming at some point in the future has some ties to Madripoor.
Oh yeah, Wolverine. Yeah. And the Super Soldier program, which is being heavily explored.
And I was reading where apparently in early talks about who they would want to play Wolverine, not like in talks with the actor, but apparently Keith Urban's name is...
Who?
Who? From The Boys?
Oh, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Sorry. Keith Urban's a country music singer.
I was just like...
Yeah.
I don't think you mean
that's
him.
Nicole Kidman's husband. Carl Urban. His name is being put forth as a front runner for... This is somebody we would maybe like to see as this character.
I wouldn't mind that. I know he was in Ragnarok, but
the talk was that they're looking to do, that Marvel is looking to go with a more comic accurate Wolverine, a drinker, smoker, a more mature Wolverine, and also Flash for the people. You're gonna get your yellow costume, your yellow and blue costume. You know,
I know we're going to get Hulk versus Wolverine at some point. Russos have stated like we will come back the moment that we can play with Hulk and Wolverine. We want to do that fight.
And what was the other one? Secret Invasion. They said they would come back for.
Yeah, which is a TV series, which is just like, oh, cool. You guys can come and direct an episode or two.
Right. Yeah. So Zemo, I really, but with the idea of. Yeah, I agree with you. Fisk doesn't make any sense to me. Like, first off, why would he even bother changing his name?
Right.
Right. But I was like, it would be funny if it was Vanessa.
That would be cool.
His girlfriend.
But
I was like, that would be so funny.
That would be really cool. But at the same time, like so many people like would just be like, who?
Right.
Sorry, like even comic fans would just be like, who?
Sorry, I haven't seen Daredevil.
Yeah. Where is this on? A rival streaming network?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like, no.
No, I just thought, like, instead of Fisk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if they went with somebody, like, but, no, I liked, Sharon showing off her baton skills when they were going for the scientist who had created the super soldier serum.
That really reminded me of... Atomic Blonde, that long take fight scene on the staircase. Yeah, I really enjoyed the, like, okay, we have the long, intense conversation inside, and then we cut to the long, intense fight scenes outside that are long, unbroken shots. Like,
I was actually thinking the whole time she was fighting in that scene, I was comparing it to fighting as Nightwing in the Dark Knight Arkham series. I was like, yes, she's going to town on them with the baton. But
that was a great fight.
She held her own. I loved Zemo's reaction as soon as this guy's done explaining himself. Zemo's just like,
Seriously out of time here.
dead.
Yep.
Mackie and him were like, what are you doing? Oh my god. Are you insane? He's just like, what?
Yeah. I half expected that guy to have dosed himself and like to become a like an episode villain or something like that. But I'm glad they didn't do that.
Nerd rage.
Right. But yeah, just and then Falcon's got the promise to Sharon to
get her back into the States.
Yeah, and
we haven't had any end credit scenes so far.
I feel like these next two are going to just have
maybe
end credit scenes, or there may be no end credit scenes whatsoever.
Right.
I know it's only like 6 episodes, so it's just like, yep, we're getting in, we're getting out.
And then, so
that's 3.
And I liked the episode a lot. Again, it elevated my desire to watch the show more.
Significantly more than the previous 2. Like, I was just like, oh yeah. And 4 just, oh my god, just even more.
4. Jinx. Corn reference if you didn't get that one.
Yeah. Oh shit! I'm actually wearing a corn shirt.
That's hilarious.
That's fucking awesome. All right, so this episode we get, as you said, this is John Wick, Marvel's John Wick.
I said, now I haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like you have, but I said, for me, maybe there's a couple Daredevil episodes, a Jessica Jones episode, maybe, that compete with how good this episode was. Other than that, this had me so engaged. Yeah. I haven't been this engaged.
I was so tense too
since Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And
it's the best thing they've done since.
We start out with this intense emotional scene of Bucky in Wakanda.
It's not gonna work.
Rozwieć. 5, 9. Добросердечный. Возвращение народов. 1. Грузовой вагон. You are free.
Yeah, being healed.
Yeah, being healed.
Brainwashing.
Just confronting the pain and
just bawling.
Such a good scene. And
then the meeting between him and the leader of the Wakandan, I guess the Royal Guard.
Yeah, the Dora Milaje?
Yeah. And they're basically
like,
we're coming for Zemo. Like he killed our king. And he's just like, I need him for right now. And she's like, you got 8 hours.
Yeah.
Then we're coming to kill him. That's it. No more conversation.
You got time's ticking away.
And I loved that Bucky just walked in and just said it.
Yeah.
Hey, Normal Elijah, you're here. We got 8 hours, and then they're coming to kill you.
Yeah. I expected it to be like a cover up, or to be like him to like pull Sam aside and like keeping it secret from Zemo. No, just like all right out in the open. Yep. That was great.
Yep. Put all the cards on the table.
All 3 of us are as invested in this as one another.
Well, I think we're a little remiss in 3. One of the things we also saw was we started to see John Walker getting frustrated.
Yes, we didn't even talk about John.
With we had that raid in Berlin. They come up with nothing.
Right. No one's talking.
They're a couple steps behind Bucky and them on finding Zemo. They're like, get the fuck away from us. We're taking care of this. We're handling this. You know, that was in the beginning of this episode when they find them.
Right.
Well, when they finally catch up with them, Zemo extracting information with Turkish Delight candy.
Baba black suit, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Turkish Delight.
That was, yes.
I told you, I was like, oh man, are we gonna get some like hostile moment here? Where like Zemo hands out the candy and next thing you know, there's like all these Eastern European kids chucking rocks down at Sam and Bucky, just
cracking their skulls open. Oh god, that would have been great.
Just splitting heads open, and then
that's the series.
Credits.
Well, no,
and you get Zemo dancing.
No, that means the rest of this episode and the next 2 are just Zemo and John Walker.
Right.
Which, give me that twist. I will gladly take that twist.
We're starting to see Kari turn a little more. As Zemo says, if she's taking the super soldier serum, part of her is going to be a supremacist.
Yes, because in episode 3, you get kind of a sentimental moment with her and one of her guys, and then the building that they just left, which still has hostages and explodes, and her buddy is like, oh, "What? Like there were still people in there."
And before we get
a little more sympathy,
them grabbing the super soldier serum at the beginning,
and her questioning things.
The guy saying, You're our new Captain America. Like, people need to understand it's not black and white anymore, and you can't be a hero without getting your hands dirty.
Yeah, you get that awesome conversation with her and Sam, where she says stuff, and it's just like, "Yo," she's
proving my point. She's like, "No, you tricked me into saying that." You know?
No. Right. I'm getting you to hear what you're saying.
But Sam, what if I'm making the world a better place?
It's not a better place if you're killing people. It's just different.
You're either brilliant or just hopelessly optimistic.
But the whole time this is going on, you got Walker, and
gives him what, 10 minutes?
Great. Gives him 10 minutes. He's got Zemo handcuffed. Gives him 10 minutes. Bucky's like, it hasn't even been the 10 minutes. You know?
He's like, I'm coming in.
Walker storms in, screws that whole thing up. And
all 4 of them get into an awesome, really great chase and fight sequences.
What's with all the knives?
And then Battlestar gets a hit.
Oh no! Far before that, we have the.
Oh
we
have
Zemo destroying the serum.
Yes.
All except for 1 vial.
All but 1. He thinks he got them all.
I absolutely, positively loved the vials were there, and Zemo picks it up. Is this what I think it is? He cannot wait to destroy this, and I was cheering for him so much as he was just smashing them with his feet. I was like, "Go Zemo!" And then Walker knocks him unconscious.
Yes.
Nobody knows that Walker then goes and picks up the last vial of the super soldier serum.
And I love there was because we have
and
that,
then
and
they go
then
back to the apartment, and that's when the Dora Milaje come for
Zemo.
Right, but not before John Walker and Battlestar show up, also wanting Zemo.
Now that would have been great if they had taken Zemo, and then as they're walking, just Dora Milaje come and just thank you.
Right. But I thought it was great that Walker wasn't listening to Falcon. When he said,
or Bucky.
Right. But Falcon specifically said, you're going to want to tangle with Bucky before you mess with these Dora Milaje.
Hi, John Walker. Captain America. Well, let's put down the pointy sticks. Huh?
Hey, John, take it easy. You might want to fight Bucky before you tangle with the Dora Milaje.
And he didn't listen. He put his hand on them.
The Dora Milaje don't have jurisdiction here.
The Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves to be.
I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
And you didn't like that they were straight up murderous.
Yes.
Like, they were striking and moving with intent to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Looking strong, John.
Kyle, let's talk about...
And as soon as they were, Bucky and Falcon were preventing them.
All right, hey.
Right. But they were moving and striking with intent to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of said you kind of took exception to that.
I took exception to that, especially against Battlestar, or Sam or Bucky. John is the one that you have the issue with in this situation. Humiliate him, sure, demasculate him, whatever, but like you don't need to kill him, especially with the position this person has and the international incident that's going to create.
Right.
Like, I understand.
People understand you're there for Zemo.
Right. You can't kill Captain America to get Zemo.
Right.
I don't care who you are.
Right. But their skill just absolutely humiliated John Walker, and he was just, they weren't even super soldiers.
Right.
But neither is Sam, and Sam's been holding his own with...
Against them, too!
Against them, Sam has held his own in every movie since Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Well, I was reading...
so he was fighting against Thanos' people in midair, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah. No, he can hold his own.
Right. So he speaks from a position of authority of, you're out of your league.
Right.
Yeah, Ant-Man whipped his ass, but we talked about that.
That was kind of cheating. Different type of fight.
Right, when you go subatomic, that's not fair.
It's like him fighting Vision. That's not no.
You don't need that much skill when your tech is that much crazier.
Right. I was reading something though about the director of the series, Kari Skogland, I think it is. But she said that, like, because if you remember, in pretty much every other film that we've seen Falcon in, he's got guns. Mm-hmm. He's got guns built into, like, his wrist that, like, pop out and stuff like that. Those aren't in this.
Right.
And she had the freedom to use them, but she chose to, like, no, I don't want Bucky and them to use guns, because that's going to open up so much more creative opportunities for these fight scenes and the choreography and stuff like that, and to show their creativity. And like you were saying, with him using the different things on his suit, like he burned.
Well, when he bent over, he bent over and used the turbine to torch the guy.
That was great. I love
just enough to get him to back off.
Yeah, not kill him. I love even in the first episode, him popping the shield up, and that's why they had like that fight scene too. Like if he had those guns, that fight scene would have been completely different.
Yeah, in one of these fights, he clotheslined somebody with his wings.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, I liked it, and then, but Carly and her people who were trying to kill Captain America punch Battlestar and kill him. And I was very confused why narratively these people who had set out to kill Captain America, and now Captain America's down on his knees in front of them, grieving his friend, why this is not the perfect opportunity to try and kill. Instead, they all run.
I think what it was they had killed people remotely before. I don't feel they had killed anybody with their bare hands. So the shock of actually doing that, and to the person that they didn't even intend to.
But I mean,
especially right after having your things, your boat kind of shook after that conversation with Sam, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just hard for me to swallow that moment they didn't continue to strike, because I'm like, what? This is everything. You couldn't have thought that you were going to kill Captain America and not had to deal with Battlestar.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you're willing to go that distance to kill Captain America, what's the difference if you accidentally killed his sidekick?
Right.
And again, now he's down on his knees grieving his friend. Bucky and Sam are in shock that the guy's killed, but I mean, I'm sure they would have moved had they moved, but they didn't move to stop them from getting away. So, in any event, it was still great. And then we get John.
Yeah, John doesn't. He the whole
we've seen
series.
That he's gotten the serum in him.
Well, but the whole series, he's just been getting more and more on edge. He just wants to go out and do shit, and he keeps getting stuck behind bureaucracy or getting
stonewalled by the witnesses,
or even Sam and Bucky,
right.
like.
Who aren't participating with him.
Right. And it's just like, God damn, I've been given this position. I can't even do my job because no one's allowing me to. The people that I could actually do my work, get stuff done with, they won't work with me. It's just, So I completely understand his position. And after his best friend is killed, I completely get it. I understand why he takes the serum. It makes perfect sense in that situation. Especially after the Dora Milaje fight. Like, that was when he took it. After that fight. Actually, it was after his conversation in the mall, or wherever they were. With his buddy. That's when he finally, like, okay, yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, because his Battlestar said, Omar said, strength just makes you more of you, right? So, sure.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
And
that's when he starts. Well, I mean, like
even John kind of questions it though, because it's like, well, you've got 3 medals of honor. He's like, yeah, but we both know that the things that we had to do to get out of there alive were things we weren't proud of.
Yeah.
So when his friend dies, he jumps out the window, Cap style.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so good. Lands you get the superhero landing.
Right, you get the superhero landing on top of the van. The guy throws like a stone pillar little thing at him, like one of those pedestrian things. And he just breaks it with the shield. Where is she? So he
starts throwing the shield.
Reminds me of, where is she?
Very, very, very similar.
It was like the same. It was like the same inflection.
Very much the Rachel type scream.
And so now, in front of a crowd of people,
easily
60, 70 people with their phones out,
and a person that is like, no, begging, pleading, is just again in Captain America fashion, just takes that pose and just starts bringing it down again and again and again.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Until
like Cap did to Iron Man to stop his suit in Civil War,
and it's just, it's so good. You get that shot of him just holding the shield, just kind of looking around,
blood covering probably the bottom quarter of it.
Like I I was so happy that like I was worried as that scene was happening that they were gonna go to like Netflix level with it, and I was just like, I don't actually want to see this. And I was so happy that they didn't show it, because I think if they showed it, it would have just been like, oh, gross, you know, like. But not seeing it, you just feel the impact of it, and it's just like, fuck.
No pun intended.
Pun intended. But yeah.
I'm so excited for tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow is episode 5.
Yes,
as we're filming this today.
Yes. But oh man, it's so good. And Zemo escapes during that Dora Milaje fight. We didn't mention that.
No.
I don't even know if I'm gonna see him again the rest of the season. Like, I know he's coming back, but I don't know if he'll be back in this or if something else.
I'd seriously watch a Zemo movie.
Oh yeah, I know he's going to have to be part of the Thunderbolts, because he leads the Thunderbolts. Like, there's no way that they can't have him, especially with making him as cool and likable as he is, the future leader of the Thunderbolts. Like, there's no way they're not going to do that. So, like, I know we're going to get a lot of Zemo soon, but I feel like, just like they did with all the Avengers, they're going to go through and make sure to introduce all the members of the Thunderbolts first, before they team them up. Maybe have 1 or 2 new members.
So who else are you looking at? Abomination?
Well, Abomination's
Red
already
Hulk.
been in there. Red Hulk we'll probably introduce in the series or over the course of the series.
Do you think it's going to be William Hurt?
I think so. Because William Hurt will probably form them, and then he'll probably become the main villain of the series. We'll get kind of the Suicide Squad thing, but where it would actually make sense where this could happen. And then we've got Ghost. We've got the Taskmaster coming out soon. There's no way they're going to kill him off. He's too big of a player.
People are already complaining about the mask design.
Oh, for Taskmaster? Oh yeah, it's on two levels. I have issues with it. Like, it's not a skull.
Well, there's no way to make that practically.
Yeah,
especially for the fights that you want to do. It would end up looking like some cheesy ass Skeletor mask.
Right.
So I'm alright with the change. Like, I don't think there's any practical way to like, you can draw it that way.
Right.
It's just not. There's no way you can do that in a practical way.
I'm fine with that on that level. But that's
unless you made it a whole helmet.
Right.
But and it's still going to look big and bulky now. Now he's going to look like Shredder.
Right. And that's the big issue for a lot of people. My big issue is the tech behind it, and that it's like, oh, it's like Jarvis type interface, and okay, so
it's not Taskmaster's ability.
Right, it's the suit, and it's a combination of everybody's abilities and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like, oh, I actually wanted somebody that was actually talented, not more Tony Stark tech creating more villains. But we'll see. And then I feel like we're gonna start getting into the Weapon X characters pretty soon. Especially like like we've got Deadpool on the way, we've got Wolverine on the way, and then I feel like we're gonna get like Omega Red, Sabretooth, and stuff like that on the way as well.
Omega Red.
Omega Red's fucking awesome. But yeah, I want to see more of those types of characters popping up, and I feel like something like this is the perfect way to introduce, open the doors to something like that. I remember in Civil War when we got to the super soldier like place, and you saw the facility where they had all the frozen ones. I was just like looking at this. I'm just like thinking back to the X-Men movies, and I'm just like, okay, if Wolverine makes it into this universe, he's a Hydra creation or Hydra shield. Like, there's no way. Like, looking at all this stuff, there's no way that is not the angle they spin this. And he's going to go up against Bucky, which is then they're gonna play off of that, like Bucky dealing with a new and improved version of himself, basically under control of Hydra.
We can get a Lady Deathstrike too.
I'd be fucking for that. Like, she was really well done in the other one, but she had no character. Like, as long as you keep her as good physically, if not better, and provide character, you're doing fine.
Right.
But yeah, back to this. Like, I'm really enjoying where they're going with this. This is getting me more excited for stuff like Moon Knight and some of their more adult stuff that they're doing. Because now it's like, okay, you are willing to take risks. You're willing to do shocking things in these things. Bravo. And again, I don't feel like this story was written with an endpoint in mind. I feel like this was written, okay, here's our characters, here's the situation, where does it go?
Right.
Like, characters, let's go. Let's
follow our characters.
Yeah. And
instead of leading them.
So much more interesting, because I have some ideas of where they are going, but I really don't know what's going to happen in these next 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. If it was a longer season, I'd probably be able to theorize more or something like that, because they'd be like, okay, wait, with 2 episodes left, what the fuck are you gonna do? Right. You can't really introduce anything new, so shit, I don't know.
But I'm interested to see.
Mm-hmm. And performances all around are really strong. Wyatt Russell is just fucking killing it. Do you think we're gonna get more of him after this?
I think it's possible we could see him as U.S. agent, not as Cap.
Right. Like, just more of that.
Maybe even as part of Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I can see that. Zemo would not like working with him. That could be how they do it. He could be the leader of Thunderbolts, and then Zemo kills him.
I'm alright with that.
I would be totally cool with that. I don't. But
Zemo, you're gonna work with him. Like, okay. Their first meeting, he starts talking, and he just shoots him. All right, now that I'm the leader, we all agree on that, right?
There's this scene in Preacher that reminds me of, where he's like, there's this character who's like in competition with this other guy through this like spy program, and like it's just like we see the one guy, he does it the professional way, and then this other guy, he just does it super bluntly and gets it done perfectly.
We can make something beautiful and new. All you have to do is meet me at the train station with the microfiche.
I shouldn't even be meeting you right now.
Give me the microfiche, you bitch, or I'll kill you and your family.
And they could do the final, like one of the final tests is the shooting range. There's like a pistol in front of them. The first guy, he shoots the target. It's like perfect shots. Puts it down. Everyone applauses. Second guy picks up the gun. Okay, you win! Bravo!
Figured out the shortest route.
Yep. And it's just like, yeah, that'll get the job done. But yeah, it's nice to see. I don't know what they're gonna do with these next 2 episodes, but it's nice to see Marvel also like not trying to make us sympathize with the freedom fighter terrorist group. Like, for a little bit there, I was like, are you guys gonna like pull back on this and make them actually the misunderstood good guys? Or like, please don't do this. And then the moment they blew up that building, I was like, oh, thank God. You made them do something unredeemable. Or at least her unredeemable. The other ones still haven't crossed that line.
Right.
But okay, cool. We're not dialing back on that, and I'm so happy about that. But there's been like talks in the series very briefly of a virus. Have you caught that?
Well, yeah, because they're shipping around vaccines.
Right. But what's this virus? Is this COVID? Is this something else?
No, I believe
is something else being set up.
Well, their whole goal is to get things back the way they were during the blip.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a 12 monkeys kind of plan. It could be a 12 monkeys kind of plan of, well, there's going to be something released. We have enough vaccines to save half the people.
Mm.
But that's the only thing I think that I could figure out about that.
Okay. Yeah, because it was something like they brought it up a couple of times where it's like, okay, this is a plot element, but never have done anything with it. I'm just like,
because it was all vaccines that were on that truck,
right?
When they attacked them initially.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could just be
just vaccines for
general vaccines for people coming back from the blip, like
I guess.
So, but the only thing, if it meant something bigger as part of their plan, that was the only thing I could think of.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I was like,
but that makes them instantly irredeemable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I mean, like, if that was the group's plan the entire time, I would find it really interesting that they were weirded out when she blew up a building.
Right.
So I don't think that was the case. I think that they were just regular vaccines that they were trying to get to these displaced people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think yeah. But I'm curious what this virus is, because they brought it up like there's some plague affecting, and it's just like, okay, well, I know we have Inhumans on the way. I know we have, which is usually caused on a mass scale by a Terrigen mist, and when it affects, like that's how Miss Marvel was created. She was like, it's, you know, she didn't go grab a stone, like it was like she was just caught in the crossfire.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's on the way. There's mutants on the way. That could be considered a virus without proper understanding. There's plenty of there's zombies. Like there's so many things that they can play around, or it could just be a virus going on that's just a natural plague. Tying it more into current events, but it's weird for them to bring it up so much in one episode and never again. And it's just like, that seemed way more important. So I feel like maybe now that those super soldier serums are gone and we're done dealing with that stuff, or at least making more new recruits, okay, time to do this with what we've got.
Right.
Like, no more dicking around. Like, it's time to do it. And they're I'm very, very curious to see where they go with these super terrorists. Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap this up. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
Okay. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, definitely give the video a like. It really helps us out, and make sure you're subscribed and hit the little bell in the corner if you actually want to get notifications. But we'll be back in about 2 weeks to talk about the final two. But catch you all then.
Take it easy.
Stay safe.